I have done my best to be careful. Okay, where's the scrap palace now? I really don't want to go up to Dunwich Borers. I'll have to eventually. But... ugh. I need to to do the rest of the. This is the continuation of the main quest line, and for me to do it, I have to change. Oh, what do you call it? I have to change companions.
Hope you ain't one of them synths here to spy on me.
No, but my companion is. Mom was fighting hard to give us a better life when I was little. As an adult, I'm so proud of her for working so many jobs, completing her master's in special education, trying to find her way in the world. But as a child, all I remember is being lonely because my mom was always busy. I thought she didn't like me because I was annoying, so I just quit talking. Then we had the demon cast out of our house. That was my imaginary friend, so just small BB lost in her own little world. She tried her best, and I appreciate my mom. I appreciate that my mother did her best. She tried. No. my parents, well, okay, the divorce was, I was born in February, the divorce was finalized in March. And Dad tried to say I wasn't his. He called my brother son, and he called me by the long form of my name that only goes on the tax forms. And, well, he did his best not to pay child support. Like, to the point he worked jobs. Yep. He worked jobs that would pay him cash, so it didn't show up as income. And eventually, well, like, my mother worked for an insurance company, and she worked for a construction company that went under.
What's that? Yes, we're not alone.
She worked in the office. And then she worked in the office for a liquor distributor. And okay. I know I shouldn't be able to carry that. There's a reason I'm carrying it. Because I can plug it in later. That's right, liquor. But anyway. So yeah, when that place had to reorganize and she lost that job, there we go. She decided she needed to do something more.
Nice.
Ooh.
So much
Nice.
knowledge was lost when the bombs hit. Good to see someone trying to bring it back.
Well, now, let's see. When she left there, she felt like she needed to go back to college. Just, you know, that was gonna be one of the only ways for her to really get anywhere. So she went back to school, and she worked in the work study program. She took out some student loans, and she got Pell Grants, and allow. Well, hearing from Dad, well, I had heard a little bit of stuff that I probably wasn't supposed to hear. And about the way my dad felt about things. He thought because around the same time, my mother finally went to the child support enforcement division and had my dad garnished.
What's that?
And he likes to claim that she was taking his money and spending it on going to college. He didn't like that. And, well, my grandmother, his mother, I don't say those things out loud because you never know who's listening. Haha.
Nice.
But oh yeah. Well, with him it was more she's taking his money. And he didn't like that. And if she's doing, doing that, not just paying for,
Someone's coming.
if, there's anything that's not being paid for, then she must be spending the money on, she must be spending the money on, her college. Which, well, like I said, she was taking out loans and getting Pell Grants and getting scholarships. She kept herself on the... she kept herself getting... oh, I can't remember the name of the scholarship, but basically she had to keep her grades at an exceptional level. And, yeah. With what she was making working for the college, with the extra money that she was keeping out of her student loans, and with his the money he was being garnished, she couldn't pay all the bills. She couldn't pay the house payment, the utilities, the food, and all that shit. And still afford to, buy us decent clothes. So, my grandmother would take us and do most of our clothes shopping for school. And, when I was about 12, sitting in the kitchen after we'd gone and bought jeans and shoes, and she was talking about how if she wasn't spending his money on going to college, she could afford to buy us clothes and shoes on her own. At 12 years old, I sat in that kitchen. I told my grandmother that my mother was keeping up her grades, taking out loans, getting scholarships and grants. Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, my grandmother, she's sitting here parroting all the bullshit that my dad had to say. And I sat there, and like I said, at 12 years old, her grandson sat there and told her that having a roof over our heads and food on the table was more important than having a brand new pair of Nikes.
I don't think we're alone.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Well, that is a good thing. And I will say, my grandparents were good people. And, where am I headed? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be going here. There. But, after having that little discussion with my grandmother, all of a sudden my dad stopped having to have his money collected by force.
Playing with the wrong scent. Won't underestimate us again.
I don't know what exactly she said to him, but I know it had some kind of effect on him. Of course,
We'll be taking that.
like I said, my dad spent my entire childhood calling my brother son and calling me the long form of my name. And let's see. Yeah, he did eventually start calling me son. As, well, when I was 17, trying to get a job so I could pay insurance and get a car, my brother, excuse me, was thrown into the position of manager at the pizza place he was working at when the previous manager got caught stealing a bunch of money. That manager, well, he was stealing money. He had two of his brothers working there. And when that manager up and disappeared, they stuck my brother in there as the manager. And he called me, said, "You still looking for a job? Come fill out an application. I'll interview you. You're already hired." My interview was, "You're gonna work for me, right? You're gonna work hard for me, right? You know, if you don't work hard for me, I'm gonna kick your ass, right?" And I worked there with my brother. I eventually wound up as one of our shift leads. And we actually got to know each other and got along better than we ever had. And
Poison doesn't bother me.
well, when my 19th birthday rolled around, we were still working together, and we decided we were gonna go do something.
Gum move.
He wanted to take me out to lunch and take me shopping for my birthday and, you know, have a day of it hanging out. Woohoo! There we go. And, well, we didn't have time to do anything. And, we kind of had to delay things, and a week after my 19th birthday, we finally had time. The people who were on vacation were back off vacation. We were going to go have a day of it. And the night before, he had his weekly bowling league, and he was taking one of his teammates home who had too much to drink. He gave them a ride home, and on his way home from dropping them off, he had an accident where his car took out two smaller trees, and the larger of those two flipped it in the air, and he hit a larger tree with the roof of his car, about 6 to 8 feet off the ground. And he died of blunt force trauma. And yeah, I got to get up and get my mother dressed and moving and go down and call the owner of the business and tell him what was going on, and that I was going to be taking some time off. I drove up, and we went to my grandparents' house, and the first time in my life, my dad called me son. Yeah. So this is part of why I don't get along all that well with my dad. But yeah, I took a little time off. And by that I mean I took a little time off from sanity. I went a little off. But yeah. Honestly, that is one of the reasons I don't put my name out there. Because a lot of people just kind of at some point will default to using the long form of my name, and yeah, it's still a little tender. It's let's see, I'm 47, so 28 years. It still bugs me, so. Excuse me. Yeah. I appreciate it, BB. Like I said, I've... Hmm. I will let him continue not really having a relationship with his only son.
Seems they skipped town.
Let's see. Oh yeah, this is our sculptor. Random encounter. I'm gonna let his wife take care of him. I will say I did learn one positive thing from him. Is when I was little. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's more good dark stories involving Dad. But when I was little, he bred German Shepherds. Oh shit. What the hell? I just had a vertibird crash into me. But anyway, like I said, yeah, he bred German Shepherds, and my mother had a German Shepherd when I was born. And when I was 5, my Christmas present was the only male and I will say he was generally a responsible breeder. He went on later to breed Great Pyrenees. But Much of a piece of shit as he was, he did take good care of the dogs. And he did his best to actually check into people before sending a puppy with them. Now, that German Shepherd that he... Oh, yeah. Actually, the German Shepherd that he gave me for Christmas when I was 5, his name was Eli. He was Little Eli because he was named after his father. And oh yeah, he was a good dog. Yeah, shit.
Someone's coming. What's that? Then.
Well,
Dumb move.
he was... Thing is, he was cheating on her. He was sleeping around. And I mean, to the point that, okay, I know shit that I probably am not supposed to. Because he was screwing around with one of the she was the wife of one of their friends, one of my parents' friends. And I mean, Dad went so far as to switch around his shift at work. Oh yes, quite a bit. Basic. Yeah. Basic. Dad's a piece of shit.
I don't think we're alone. Doesn't have to be the day you die.
But,
Yeah, that's one way to get the coolant pumping.
oh yeah. Like I said, Dad changed his work schedule to put him opposite her husband so that he could stop by and get him a little something after work without having to worry about getting caught. Yeah. Oh, he is. He's a fine human being, or so he likes to think. But yeah, pulled some real shisty bullshit. And,
Not enough folks value keeping the old CPU sharp anymore.
there we go. But yeah, he also, from my understanding, decided it was okay for him to hit my mother a few times. And with all that, she up and left. And then tried to claim that she was cheating on him. And, well, I guess, yeah. Mom found out she was pregnant right after she left him. So, yeah, it was, pardon me, I'm going to have to go open a new bottle. I emptied the last one. I'll be right back. Okay. And earbuds. I make sorta nicey nice with my dad because he has my great grandmother's land. My great grandmother kicked ass. But, shots, we have JMO Caskmates. That is the stout edition. Ooh, very nice. Yeah. Over Labor Day weekend, I will be out of state. I will be down in Memphis. And this actually is coming up because of this bottle of JMO. Because I am on staff at a convention down in Memphis. And every year our con chair, who is a lovely person. I don't think he realizes it's me that's on the constant retweet list, but he posts a whole lot of really good memes on Twitter. But he also every year brings us a bottle of something. Oh look, Chroma Key booze. And this is one of the recent bottles from one of the recent years. He actually gave us each 2 bottles of the Jameson Caskmates. These are 375s. Oh yeah. He's also where I got the idea for the peanut butter and jelly shots. I need to get more peanut butter whiskey, by the way. I need to put that on the shopping list. That's right. Friends don't let friends stay sober. But yeah, he, like I said, wonderful person. And he, brings us a bottle of booze every year. He is also the reason I have Malort. No one is all good. But, let's see. Okay. So, well, as I was saying about, like I said, he gave me a... Thanks for popping in for a minute, HR. We'll see you in a bit.
Something
But,
out there.
I think I'm only going to be on for about another 45 minutes. I've got to get up and work tomorrow, and I've got to work like 11 hours.
Lights out for you.
But, anyway, that particular dog, Eli, was a fantastic dog. I mean, he is a German Shepherd. You really can't go wrong with a German Shepherd. Not gonna get it. But, yeah, he was... When we got him, like I said, Dad gave him to us for Christmas. And they had a set of saloon doors in the kitchen of their house. And, oh yeah. Well, like I said, Mom already had a German Shepherd, another one. And she was getting old and crotchety. But, she still protected the kids. And, well, Eli, they gave us Eli. And, you know, we had a few things dog related in our Christmas stuff and toys and stuff. And then after opening most of our presents, Dad's wife, Christine, headed off into the kitchen and sends back through the saloon doors a German Shepherd puppy with a big blue bow around his neck. And, I mean, he was always my dog. He took care of my brother too, but he was my dog. So much so that, well, like, when my brother graduated high school and moved out, he took the TV and VCR and left the dog. Those were all the things that belonged to both of us. And while, yeah, it sucked not having that TV or that VCR, I still had a dog. I had a dog and a Nintendo. I was fine. And, oh, he saw me.
Nothing there now.
Yep, nothing there now. But, oh yeah, he was, oh geez, he was about 80 pounds, full grown.
I don't think we're alone.
Oh, you fucking idiot, get out in front of me. There. But, oh yeah, he was...
What's that? Think they're going for good?
Go. There we go.
Come on out. I'll make it nice and quick. You can trust me.
So long, pal. Not exactly so, pal.
He actually... At one point, we had a bunch of kids in the backyard doing what kids do. And there's one kid who...
You got guts. Shit.
Oh, shit. One kid who happened to have braces on his legs was back there playing with us, and what the fuck?
Won't be bothering anybody now.
But yeah, he got a stick and decides to start hitting this grown German Shepherd. About 8 years old.
Someone's coming.
And he's walking around. He walks up and just starts... Oh, shit. Starts hitting this full-grown male German Shepherd. Yeah. Well, we told him, dude, you need to stop that. He's gonna eat you, and we're gonna laugh. And, the dog walked away from him. Which, you know, seems like a pretty fucking clear message.
Underestimate us again.
So yeah, the dog walks away from him. This kid follows him and starts hitting him again. And it's not a huge stick, but, you know, still. Not a huge stick, not a big kid. He's not going to do a whole lot of damage. But, yeah. Dog walks away from him. And kid follows him and starts hitting him again. And about 4 or 5 times this goes on. And eventually, the dog walks away. Kid follows him, starts hitting him again. Dog looks at us like... I mean, they have such expressive faces. And those big German Shepherd eyes look at us like, dude, what else can I do? And he growls, whips around, and nosed him in the ass. Yeah. Like I said, dog didn't even bite him. He growled at him, whipped around, and nosed him in the ass. Kid thought he was bit and takes off running. Jumps the fence, leg braces and all. We're all laughing because we saw what happened. And a little while later, kid shows back up with his dad, who was all kinds of mad because our dog bit his kid. We told him the dog didn't bite him, and he asked for it if the dog did bite him. Told him he was hitting him with a stick, to which Dad's response was to look at the boy and go, "You were hitting that dog with a stick?" "Oh yeah." "Well, still, your dog bit my kid, you know. We gotta do something about this." He said he didn't bite him. He just nosed him. Well, Dad made the boy who insisted that the dog bit him, made him drop his pants in front of all of his friends so he could show the bite marks that weren't there.
Wouldn't want it going to waste now, would we?
And he dragged him back home. Like I said, this was the 80s, so, you know, things were a little culturally different at that point. But, yeah. Like I said, that German Shepherd was a great dog. At one point, we had the 2 German Shepherds. We had Eli and Missy, and well, somehow the gate got opened, and well, Missy took off. She was kind of the ringleader there, so she took off and Eli followed. And when the dog catcher got to him, Missy bit the dog catcher.
This is what 2 centuries without a good dusting looks like.
They called us and told us they had our dogs at the pound. And
Shit! Lost.
I said, Missy had bitten the dog catcher. Eli went along peacefully. His arrest was uneventful. Excuse me. Missy bit the dog catcher and broke the skin and had to stay for 10 days for observation. Shit. Well, you know, they took him to doggy jail. And apparently it made an impact. He was definitely scared straight. Because after that, if somebody left the gates standing wide open, Eli would not leave the front yard. He would walk out through the gate, walk around the front of the house, and sit on the porch and wait for somebody to come home and let him back in his yard. He did not want to go back. Yep. I am a good boy now. I'm staying out of jail.
Shoot that.
Oh yeah, but he actually he would sit with his back to the door and at least at first he would knock on the door with his tail,
Like a walking
hoping that
target.
someone would come and let him in. But he, oh yeah, he was. I have had a lot of good dogs. I think he lived to be around 13.
What the fuck was that? Hide from me.
Something out.
Look who it is.
Take long.
There we go.
I don't think we're alone.
Be to the death.
Yeah, after a few years after I had him, well, I was delivering pizzas.
Yeah, so long as you're carrying it.
And
That's it.
I had a regular customer who, okay, so shortly after my brother died, okay, before my brother died, one of my coworkers had a Pontiac Fiero,
Goodness, can barely see in here.
and I loved that car. It was fucking awesome. And
It's all right.
having
Sure,
gotten
the
to
rocks
ride
at
in
the
it a few
bottom
times
break
and
the
drive it a
fall.
couple of times, I decided that I wanted one. So, well, a couple weeks after my brother died, I bought a Pontiac Fiero.
What the?
And,
What's that?
Over here!
Guess we're not alone. Just when I thought we were
There we go.
getting along.
but, I had a regular customer that I delivered to who they lived kind of out in the country, and they had a Pontiac Fiero sitting out on a concrete pad behind the house. And I made a deal with them to buy the car. Well, they also had a German Shepherd, and she was a big girl. Number one, she was just a large German Shepherd. Number two, they fed her all kinds of stuff that wasn't real good for her. So, yeah, she was about 125 pounds. And yeah, oh yeah, that is a big old German Shepherd. And she would yell at me whenever I came to get to deliver pizzas, and make sure I didn't forget that I was being watched and I better not fuck around. So like I said, I set up a deal to buy this car from them, and they were actually fixing to move out of the country. Like, they were leaving the next day when I finally managed to get a trailer and everything to haul this car off. And we were out there loading up this car and got to hang out with Emily, the big old floofy German Shepherd. And like I said, they were literally going to be moving out of the country the next day. And they had planned to take her. There was a no-kill shelter, and they were going to surrender her to a no-kill shelter. And, well, that didn't happen. I took her home. And yeah. She got a little bit of a diet and some extra exercise. But Oh yeah. She was almost instantly my dog after we moved. After we moved her. She came in and had the only cat I've ever had. That's how I found out I'm like severely allergic to cats. But we stopped and got her in the house and realized that the dog house that I had from Eli, excuse me, was not gonna cut it. And I needed to go get her a dog house. So, left her in the house with my cat, damn it. Ooh. And, okay, she panicked and tore up the blinds in the living room while we were gone.
Yes.
With help. They were both involved.
Well,
Guys don't bother me anymore. That's good. I think it's... What was that? Can't they read the signs? I think it's time I go back inside the quarry. It's been too long. No, I can't. The guys would never let me in. I could kill them all. No. No, that wouldn't be what I would want. It's time to lay down. Yes. Of course. It's next to my bed. I will. It's loaded.
Okay. But, yeah, they were both panicked. And, yeah, I went and got her a new doghouse. And when I came back, she was my dog. Like, inseparable. She was my dog. I don't want to shut off all of the Enclave beacons. It'll let them all. I want one running so it'll continue to spawn some Enclave soldiers.
Over here. You're dead.
Have a good night. So. Thanks for hanging out, baby. I'm actually not going to be here much longer either. But, oh yeah, Emily. That 100 and she lost a few pounds. She wound up down around 120. But she would like she did her best to protect me from everything. And like
Hell yeah.
even like when I was sick, she would take care of me. It's like, I would sleep on the sofa because it put me about the same distance from the bathroom as it was from my bed, in my bed, and it put me right next door to the kitchen for food and water. So, like I said, I would stay in there, and when I was sick, Emily would sit next to the couch and lay her head on my chest and make sure I was okay. She would just keep an eye on me. And, well, had a buddy at the time who, well, he was my brother's best friend from, like, grade school. So, he was essentially my brother. My other older brother. And, he had a daughter who was, I mean, just barely a toddler. She was still in diapers, not talking. And,
About time you showed your face. I take it that area's
Affirmative.
impressive. Here, plenty more locations. Once you've prepped for your next mission, come find me.
I'm ready.
Better be. Here's the data on the location.
Sure.
Don't come back until the... If Dumb and Ugly had a child,
there we go.
it'd be a super mutant.
You got that tech yet?
Here it is.
Good job. Hope it didn't. Here's the comment. Report back to me.
Affirmative.
Perfect. Here's the location. Get on it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Beaver Creek Lanes, that's... Nope. Help defend 10 Pines Bluff. Fucking... I hate that I can't fucking fast travel from inside here. I can fast travel from inside every place the fuck else. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, he had a little bitty girl, and we used to let her go play in the yard, and we'd sit around on the deck with we had a patio table out there. We'd sit around and chat and keep an eye on the kid. And kind of started to notice that the dog was taking better care. Fucking gunners.
There you are. Anyone who walks with the
What the? You're using a flamer now?
Anything useful?
From where? Where is he?
Good.
There we go. Back to work, you two. Okay. Yeah, like I said, we'd pretty much just let the kid go roam the yard, have her adventures, and started watching and noticing that the dog was keeping her out of things that would hurt her.
Even good people do crazy things when they're scared. Ought to be Diamond City's motto.
Hey,
There's something you need?
I want to be left alone.
hey, sweetie.
I'm not supposed to talk to people I don't know.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Now, it is still night here in Diamond City, isn't it?
Yes?
Dad says not to talk to strangers.
Hi.
Go away, son. You bother me.
You'll get used to Diamond City security being unhelpful. Just ignore them like I do.
Ah, yes. The egg dealer. Come to erase some memories with drink, I presume? Who could blame you?
Sure. Let's take a look.
If you insist.
Okay. Let's see. 105. I still have 119 left. There we go. all that good, and I am... Alright.
I'll be breaking out the cheap.
Let's go to the dugout. And...
Thank you for finding Earl's killer. Can't believe the doctor would do such a thing. Oh well, at least we have liquid to drown our sorrows.
As I'm sure you know all too well,
Let's see what you got.
Music to my ear.
thanks to the efforts of a few of my friends. I've decided to change how I look at things, how I live my life. I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank the Vault Dweller for lending me a hand. I really do appreciate it. All right.
2:30.
Let's get it on back to the shall we? Here's another one from Betty Hutton. Guys, don't take this personally.
Alrighty. Well, I think it is time to save and head on out of here. I appreciate you hanging around, but I've got to get up in the morning and I've got to work 11 fucking hours. I get to work late tomorrow. Yay! So, thank you very much, and have a great night.